They are being terrorized.
Hey, Rais William Ruto, I'm a tense, guys. And don't try to swipe up this video. Unaona guys, niliwaambia kwamba moments ambazo William Ruto alikuwa na sign hizi bills na hizi laws pale Statehouse. Kumbuka hiyo ndo siku Raila Odinga alikuwa anaannouncewa kwamba ameaga dunia. Baada ya serikali ya William Ruto kudinai kwamba Raila Odinga sio msiki. Baada ya ODM team pia kudinai kwamba Raila Odinga sio msiki na hajaaga dunia, venye rumors zinatembea kwa mitandao. Vile vile Ida Odinga pia ambaye ni mwanamke wa Raila Odinga pia akawa anatuambia Raila Odinga sio msiki and Raila Odinga ako safe place yako. Na nikakuja kwa mitandao nikauliza, si mtuambie place huyu jamaa yako? Bati hawakutuambia. Kitu walifanya, walingojea ile siku ya kusign hizi bills. Unaona guys? Walingojea ile siku ya kusign hizi bills na ndo wa announce the death of Raila Amolo Odinga. Unajua guys, wengine wanashangaa wenye tunawaambia. Acha nikwambie, rais yako na authority ya kupiga simu India na kusema kwamba kama huyu jamaa ameaga dunia, msi announce saizi. Kuna ile siku nitawaambia mu announce. Rais yako na hiyo authority. Juu yako na pesa anaweza fanya anything. Si mnataka do? Yeah. Then pia kwa familia. And that's why Ida Odinga alikuja kutuambia kwamba Raila Odinga is okay. Na ndio maana unaona hizi vitu zinapeana William Ruto wasiwasi. So he wants now to use these laws ili kumake sure anakabiliana na sisi. It is not bad. Hacha William Ruto aanze kufungia watu accounts kwa kusema ukweli. Tutasema ukweli up to the last minute. Na ndio William Ruto akiwa upande wa Laikipia yesterday aliongea akiwa na wasiwasi na amejaribu kuguzia. Juu niliwaambia nini? Huyu jamaa alikuwa ready kwenda kumwona Raila Odinga upande wa Karen. Na ndio maana alikuwa na sign hizi bills akiwa na shati without any coat. Unaona? Hakuwa na koti. Alikuwa tayari anataka kwenda kumwona Raila Odinga. Juu alikuwa anajua anaenda kuannouncewa anytime from the time he started signing it. Unaona guys? So ikawa anatuambia moments alikuwa na sign ndo Raila Odinga aka announcewa ameaga dunia. You can just imagine. Watu wengine wakaanza kuuliza kwamba kwa nini hizo vida zilikuwa zinareleasiwa the same day Raila Odinga aliaga dunia. Unaona? So na ndo maana nikakwambia vida unaweza shoot na utulize tu na ufuate sheria ya rais. Unaona? Zikareleasiwa akiwa na bodyguard yesterday asubuhi. Baada kufika jioni condition ikawaseni eti. Then asubuhi akaaga dunia. Unaona watu wangu? So ndo kuja kuona kwamba William Ruto ameanza kuwa na wasiwasi ya hiyo kitu juu. Ameona kwa mitandao watu wanazungumzia hiyo kitu zaidi. Huyu ni William Ruto akiwa upande wa Laikipia yesterday.
Tunataka tulinde taifa letu la Kenya. You know? Saa zingine tunazembea, saa ile mambo imeharibika, tunalaumu, tunatafuta mtu wa kulaumu. Tumesema ya kwamba maneno ya religious extremism ile ambayo inatuletea hasara kama ile tulipata kule Shakahola lazima tuzuie. Tumesema vile vile mambo ya vijana wetu wanaangaishwa, they are being terrorized kule kwa social media na mambo machafu, mambo ya usherati, mambo ya pornography. Hiyo pia lazima tuzuie kama serikali. Wale wanaendesha hiyo biashara ya kuumiza vijana wetu, mpaka unakuta vijana wengi wana commit suicide, wanajinyonga kwa sababu ya terrorism ile iko huko ndani ya mitandao. Lazima tuwazuie hawa watu. Vile vile wale wanatumia mitandao kuendesha ugaidi. We must also stand up to them and protect the nation. We must protect Kenya. You know, na tuseme ukweli. Najua kuna watu wanatafuta kuchafua Kenya kwa mbinu zote. Rais alisign. Hii sheria ilikuweko. Amendment ilianza 2024. Amendment ilifanywa na bunge. Mimi niliamuka on Wednesday. Mimi nikiwa na kwa sababu hiyo ndio ilikuwa kazi yangu ya siku hiyo. Na ni kazi ya kikatiba ya kutia mkono sheria, kwa sababu ilikuwa imepita viwango vyote. Nikatewa na speaker. Bahati mbaya tukapoteza wetu mkuu wa zamani, lakini tayari nilikuwa ofisini kwa hiyo kazi. Hata nilikuwa nimevaa shati, nilikuwa naenda Ukambani kwa mambo ya barabara. So I was on duty just like any other citizen. Hakuna kitu ya kuficha, hakuna kitu ya giza, hakuna kitu inafanywa usiku. We are doing the right thing for Kenya. We want to protect this nation from situations that undermine the well-being of the young people of our nation, the well-being of the people of Kenya, the security of the country, na yale mambo mengine ambayo yatatusaidia.
So now William Ruto ako na wasiwasi. So nataka kuuliza kwa nini William Ruto hakupostpone kusaini hizi bills hiyo wakati Raila Odinga aliaga dunia? Juu alijua akipostpone hakuna siku anaweza sign hizi bills. Juu akijaribu kusign italeta problem, maandamano huku and so on. So aliamua kutumia hiyo siku ili Wakenya wengi wafanye nini? Wa concentrate kwa Raila Amolo Odinga's death. Unaona guys? Na ndio maana unaona watu kama kina Senator Kio Mtata wameamua kufuatilia hizi bills. Wameamua kufuatilia hizi bills. Wakuja kutuchambulia ni gani italeta problem, ni gani iko sawa. Huyu ni Kio Mtata.
The cryptocurrency, yeah? And then there was the other ones were amending existing laws. So the first one is the Air Passenger Service Charge Amendment Act is here.
A very brief one.
Yeah, it is just three small paragraphs, and it's basically doing something good. It's basically editing the word Tourism Promotion Fund to the word Tourism Fund, which is in the Tourism Act, and then it's channeling money that is collected from here so that it can go into that fund. So that cannot be a Dragonian Act. That's one. The other act is the National Police Service Commission Act. It's a very simple act. It's also a small act. You can see it is just 4 sections.
4 amendments.
4 sections. And that's something very good. It's dealing with the issue of health, mental health in the police service.
What does it say?
Basically, the bill is it requires support for mental health of well-being of police officers. It introduces definitions of words like counseling, psychosocial support, wellness, and mandates the establishment of counseling units in every police headquarters around the country. And they will be requiring the commission and the inspector general to work together. You have seen a lot of suicides, a lot of shootings, a lot of in the police.
Yes.
And this is a very good act.
Sounds like it's actually bringing to light what David Maraga's task force actually recommended.
Recommended that time.
Okay.
So it is a very good act. The other act we have is the Wildlife Conservation and Management Act. It's also a very small act. It's also 3. It's also how many? Yeah, just one page is 3 sections.
Right.
Basically, it now addresses the question of
marine
wildlife issues when people are injured or whatever, and then it expands to say that who should be involved in determining what compensation, and it requires also locals to be involved, and then it defines animals. It includes the shark, stonefish, whale, and stingray as among the animals that if they kill somebody, that person will be entitled to
compensation.
So again, I don't have a problem with that bill. It's a very good act that comes in. Then the next we have is, according to my list here, how I analyzed them.
The land amendment? Or
It's the Virtual Assets
Virtual assets.
Providers Act. That's a complete act.
It's a new one.
It's a whole bill, it's a whole law. So it is basically to create a legal framework for operating in this new area of cryptocurrencies and stuff and whatever. And Kenya has been lacking this law.
Very true.
It was long overdue. And I think there's a very good attempt if you compare. I've read it in comparison with the ones in Nigeria, South Africa, and whatever. It looks like a fairly good law that is going to govern that sector. So it was signed into law. I didn't find an issue with it. Then the next I have is the Land Amendment Act. That Land Amendment Act also updates the land register. And if you look at it, some people have written acres and acres of commentary claiming that it is imposing
New levies on
on
everybody who owns land.
It's a very small thing, nothing like that here.
What does it say?
It's basically, he says that basically my understanding is that it introduces a new definition of registrar to make it consistent with the definition of registrar in the Land Act, Section 12. It says that registrar is mandated to register land, including land set aside by individuals or land buying companies for public use, whatever. And then says upon registration, registrar may publish whatever we have. And what's important is it requires it requires that all public land be registered. And you know the kind of problem we have right now. Many schools, like public schools, have been, because they don't have a title deed and whatever. So again, this is a very good act. So when people are commenting on the bills and not on the acts that the president signed, I found it a bit difficult. It's just a very small thing.
Let me ask you a direct clarification here then. Does this land laws amendment have any part where it's talking about charging levies and rates to freehold land?
No, it doesn't address it. There's nothing, even the word levy does not appear anywhere, or rates.
Rates, levies,
Simply,
freehold.
It says that the public land, registrar shall register public land allocated to a public body or institution by the commission. The commission allocates the land, the registrar registers it. Then it goes on and says it will be done according to the Land Planning Act. Then it goes on and says upon registration of land under that section, the registrar shall publish a notice in the Gazette specifying the particulars of the registration and issue a certificate of title to ABCD. So it doesn't have anything like what people are commenting about.
So this is a bill that was sponsored by Simon Kengara, the MP for Ruto, right? And people are then confusing it with a previous
an old act, a
bill that had gone to Parliament.
This has gone to Parliament and never saw the light of day.
Never saw the light of day.
And if you look at the extracts they were highlighting, they're green, which means it was a proposal. The bill as published, they are not white like the vellum that I have here. These are the vellums that went to the president, that the president signed into law. So it doesn't have anything like that.
Again, for our viewers and listeners who may be tuning in, this is a word I learned yesterday, so wachanue pia. The vellum is, yes, that version of the bill/act that was signed by the president. So not what first went to Parliament was amended or none, whatever was assented to about a week ago. But go on, Okia.
There's something also that you've said, Senator. The color, because you keep insisting on the color. It's green. It's green. It's green. Now, please educate people.
Now, when the bills are published, you have two houses in there, in Parliament. The color for the National Assembly is green. The color for the Senate is blue. So if the bill is published on a blue paper, it means it was introduced in the Senate. It was published on the green paper, it means it was introduced in the National Assembly. Now, when that green paper means that's the proposal that went to Parliament. Now, when Parliament deliberates, what is sent to the president is never published on any of the colors. It's published in black and white. So it comes out on a black and white like this. Yeah, so many all the commentaries you have been seeing were on those bills. And you'll find like on the, except for the cybercrimes bill, there was a commentary about the fines. Those are already in the existing act. They were not in any bill. They were already in the existing act, only that they were exaggerated to read 20 million, not 7 million, and 10 years instead of 4 years. I think section 42 of the current law provides for those fines. But if you look at the vellum that went out, there was nothing like that. The only problem I have with the Computer Misuse and Cybercrimes Act is that it introduces very vague concepts that can be misunderstood, be abused to curtail the freedom. So, if I were to fault it, as I intend to do, I would fault it on the basis of being void for vagueness. Number two, it also brings in concepts like, which I've not seen anybody discuss. It brings in a concept like inappropriate sexual content of a minor. Is there appropriate sexual content of a minor? There is none. There's nothing like that. So what is it trying to justify? You see, this kind of reckless words are the things I would fault.
So that they would bring in no confusion in the implementation of the law.
So the other thing is that the commission, it's not a bad thing that where it is proved that a website is violating the law.
The court.
Now, who proves?
Who proves, yes.
Yeah, that lack of clarity there would also make it void and could be open to abuse. Then now when you go further down, you find that the 46A talks about the same issue, but now with the court doing it. So there's that duplication and contradiction in the law. So it's a very, very poorly drafted law. So I would attack it on technicalities that concern how it was drafted and those kind of things, and the failure to comprehend concepts. Because to talk of inappropriate sexual content of a minor is to undermine everything you've done about minors. Saying that it's a no-go area.
Agreed.
Again, for again clarity, this one was a bill introduced. It was a private member's bill introduced by the MP for Lamu East, Mohammed Obo. No, not that one. No, the computer misuse. It was introduced by Eden Daoud Mohammed, the MP for Wajir East. And when it was being treated in Parliament, the issues that you're seeing here, you're raising, are the way it was drafted and the vagueness that it introduces. Do you read mischief?
Well, I don't know.
Because part of the things that are in the public domain is that, there could also be mischief, that this is a backdoor route of trying to come and curb on people's freedoms.
Well, since we are founded on the narrative of the devil having confused Adam and Eve, we are wired for conspiracy theories. So there's always that, but I don't act on that. I act on hard scientific facts. The scientific facts I see in this act is that it is dangerous because it is very vague. It can be taken either way. So there is need for law to be clear and easy, so that when people who are bound by it can understand it easily. So that's the issue I would have. But see, if just like if that sentence had read where it is proved by a court of law.
Okay, Senator, let's go through, because a lot of people have not had the chance to go through this Computer Misuse and Cybercrimes Act now. But some of the things you're raising red flags about, I threaded. If I missed some, we'll get back to them. But then let's go through. These are things that for me, were red flags. But if you agree, yes. If not, why not? And then we can also now find the fix after. So let's start with the issues of the language. The National Computer and Cybercrimes Coordination Committee may issue a directive to render a website or application inaccessible. That's basically to take you offline, right? If it promotes unlawful activities, inappropriate sexual content of a minor, as you said, what is inappropriate sexual content of a minor, terrorism, or religious
I think
extremism.
I've missed out something.
Yes?
It begins with where it is proved that.
Yes, where it is proved that.
A website
Yes.
promotes that.
Promotes
Yeah.
the inappropriate sexual content
Yes.
of a minor, terrorism, religious extremism, and cultism. So that begins, for me, like he says, the vagueness of the language, where it is proved that, who is proving, what is inappropriate sexual content of a minor, given that all sexual content of a minor is inappropriate. Terrorism has been weaponized in the last few months. Just this year alone, we have seen peaceful protesters being charged with terrorism. So already that term terrorism has been weaponized by the state. So then again, to bring it into this act, when it's not, and we have clear definitions of what is considered terrorism, but already we've seen the weaponization of that term. So I'm like, is that also problematic? And
Okay.
the thing that saved people in court was that we have clear guidelines on what
If I may ask you, Mariam,
constitutes terrorism. Yeah.
and Senator, you can also just add on to this. Is this law mentioning the word terrorism for the first time? This amended law,
It is
or has a Computer Misuse and Cybercrimes Act, as it was previously, also touching on terrorism,
it has been
on
amended.
pornography, on
Religious
extremism,
cultism, religious extremism and
yeah,
cultism.
and cultism.
Yeah, unfortunately, this act has been amended so many times, and it has been a subject of litigation. I wouldn't know what the current version is, but these terms have appeared before, and some have been litigated, some successfully, some not. And so it was also there was also so the issue has been that there should be judicial supervision over administrative acts that affect the enjoyment of rights.
Okay.
The Bill of Rights. So that's the big beef, that there should be judicial supervision. So that even if the police want to confiscate my gadget, they should even go through a sealed application and get orders
And a warrant issued.
and get a warrant to confiscate my gadget. They don't just break my door and get in and confiscate my gadgets. That's what we are trying to say, that let there be some judicial supervision to avoid overreach,
Okay.
excitement, and all this kind of thing, and weaponization of some of these issues. That's why I was saying that if this particular section had been drafted well, it would have enhanced the protection of rights. Because, people have been trolled on the social media, people have been insulted, you get all these kind of things being done.
Yep.
You're now in the age of deep fakes.
Yep.
So you need
It
people
would
need to be
curtail that.
protected.
Senator, let's pause there and go into a break. I mean, it's like this. It's like class has moved. There's somewhere I'm like, wait. Because if I'm understanding the senator, is that this is the one act that is problematic, but I still see gaps in some of the others. But we'll come back and unpack this one in detail. Senator Okiya Omtata is with us in studio. Just as we read earlier in the news, it's about the 8 National Assembly bills signed by President William Ruto. Many term it as the timing was off and even the nature of the bills was off. It's coming up to 7:30. We'll come back and continue this conversation.
Nation.
Nice.
Very nice. Mama J, where was the outrage when these bills were passed by your MPs? That's what she's asking online.
Great question.
This is what happens when you stop paying attention to what your elected official is doing. She then goes on to say, Okiya Omtata is doing a good job breaking down these laws. It looks like he doesn't have an issue with the concepts of the law, just needs clearer language. Is she right? It just needs better language. Yeah, it needs to be
Poor
clearer.
drafting. It's poor drafting.
It's poor drafting. It's technical on the side of it.
That
Again,
then leaves us open to misinterpretation and
exposes-
weaponization.
exposes people.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous. It's not an innocent act or whatever, or a harmless poor drafting. It's dangerous poor drafting.
it could have serious implications. Janet, you said that let's finish with this
Yes.
Computer Misuse and Cybercrimes Act, and then you can say even in the other laws that the senator is saying these were just procedural amendments or an introduction of a new law.
But the remaining
some
two,
issues
the remaining two have got
that you
big
have
issues.
big issues with. Mariam, are you done with your concerns around?
No. Just one. We don't have enough time actually for me to go through all my concern. There's a where was this? To the court. It authorizes the court upon application by an authorized person to remove content or materials, to close or deactivate a computer system, website, or digital device that has been found to, contravene all these other things. Who is an authorized person? To close or deactivate a computer system. Who is an authorized person? Again, it speaks to the vagueness that...
The drafting.
Yeah. There's
the order comes from the court to that authorized person.
Authorizes courts upon application by an authorized person. Yes, so the order will come from the court. But who is this authorized person who is going to the court?
Now, if I were to look at that, the authorized person will be the CCK. And that's the other problem with this bill, that is introducing another body to usurp the powers of the Communications Commission of Kenya.
Actually, tell us about this committee, because there's this National Computer and Cybercrimes Coordination Committee.
Yes, that committee.
Is this a new entity
body,
being introduced in this? And what is the justification for it in this law?
I don't know whether there's a justification, whether or a purpose for it. There may be no justification for it, but there's a purpose. So the committee is, I think the committee is already existing or something.
In the current law?
In the current law. It's just being given more powers. It's being given more powers.
No, it exists, yes.
To do those things. So it's not being given powers that naturally belong to the CCK.
Okay. So then Mariam doesn't answer that question on
who is the authorized person. No, because then it should say.
It should be the CCK.
The fact that
but now, from the way this act is looking, it could be like the committee, which could be that authorized person, whether a person can be a body. Yeah.
Another one. There was a part on in cyber harassment. Something that is likely to cause a person to commit suicide. What are those things?
Like the validity of trying to protect, but again, if you leave out the
express definitions. But all my questions were on those, like the language issues. So when you say something that is likely to cause a person to commit suicide, what is that?
Cyberbullying.
This sounds like a conversation that should have happened
before
at the committee stage of this bill.
Yeah.
In yesterday's statement by the former Chief Justice, he says it's also worth noting that there was limited public participation in the passage of this bill, with only 3 written memoranda with all signatories opposed to the amendments. Unsurprisingly, the MPs yet again ignored the views that they received, even from the relevant ministry, and the President followed suit with signing the amendments into law. 3 written memoranda.
Only? All against
Yeah, but 3.
Yeah.
In this country of 50 million well-educated, 844-driven, many people were judges, only 3 who are now, all the people who are talking now, only 3 actually participated.
The issue could be there's a very bad culture in this country. Like I've seen when we do public participation on budgets in the counties. People want to be paid to go for those public participation. They want to be paid to be helped. So, if I get you out of a ditch, I pay you to pull you out of a ditch. It's a very bad culture that we have.
Basically, as to Eric's point, we've brought ourselves here. I think there's
It's answering Mama J.
It's answering Mama J.
Where were we as this bill was going through the process of Parliament? Because it did not skip. It wasn't published and passed on the same day. It went through the stages of Parliament.
Went through the stages.
3 memoranda were received in objecting to these particular.
The only thing is that the way public participation is being done, that you either send up a memo to the clerk or you go, and it's for all bills. You saw when they were doing the bill on, the amendment bill on that wanted to entrench NGF and whatever.
NGCDF,
and they went to all constituencies.
Yes.
and held public participation.
Yes.
They did not just rely on written whatever. So we need to look at that public participation, how it's supposed to be done, whether there should be some structured way of doing it, and is it public participation that is just supposed to be a formality, or does it have to have substantive impact on that? Should there be a threshold upon which, if the public rejected something, then that thing dies? So we need to do that, but we don't have legislation on that. Again, that leaves egg on the face of Parliament. There's no legislation on public participation. So we've gone largely by what the courts pronounce themselves, especially in the early days of